This is It Was a Thing on TV.
Total Red Man has ever done something like this to me! It's, time!
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the dregs of humanity!
Episode 185, Submission 1406, The New Adventures of Beans Baxter. The New Adventures of Beans Baxter aired on Fox from July 18th to November 28th, 1987, and it ran for 2 seasons for a total of 17 episodes.
Beans Baxter may look like your typical teenager, but this kid has one of the most dangerous after-school jobs going. I should know. I'm Baxter's boss. The government calls me number 2. You see, Beans Baxter is a spy. Not even his mother or little brother knows he's working on the side. If they did, it could endanger their lives. His father was one of the network's top couriers until the notorious terrorist organization UGLI, headed by the sinister Mr. Sue, kidnapped Baxter. Now it's up to Beans and the network to find his father and destroy UGLI's plans for world domination. And if you think it can't be done, then you don't know Beans.
Guys, that is a classic Savage Steve Holland open if I've ever seen one.
But yes. It's full of exposition and animation. You gotta love it.
Oh, you gotta love it, baby.
And as you mentioned, The Adventures of Beans Baxter, a Savage Steve Holland joint.
Hey, not The Adventures of... The New Adventures of
The
Beans
new I'm sorry. The New Adventures of Beans Baxter, a Savage Steve Holland joint.
You damn right it was a Savage Steve Holland joint.
You don't know who Savage Steve Holland is? What podcast are you even listening to?
This is the guy that created the whammies on Pressure Luck and directed Better Off Dead. Oh, and another classic 80s movie of mine, One Crazy Summer with John Cusack and Demi Moore. Oh, and Mike, do you want to know who played John Cusack's best friends in One Crazy Summer?
Who was that?
Bobcat Goldthwait and Tom Villard.
I had a feeling you're going to say Tom Villard. I just had a feeling. But also, when we're talking about Savage Steve Holland, please, we need to give respect to Eek the Cat.
Oh, Eek the Cat was the bomb.
A Fox Kids classic.
Underrated cartoon from back in the 90s.
Oh,
and that's got to air somewhere. That was a classic cartoon.
That needs to be streaming somewhere.
Yeah.
It does. It does. So what can we say about early Fox? We had the gritty crime drama, the edgy sketch show, the sort of sappy rom-com.
We had Second Chance.
We had Married with Children.
The anti-Cosby show, yeah.
And a bunch of other forgettable shows. The one thing that Fox did not have in 1987 was a show that the entire family could watch. Until July 11th, when they started programming Saturday nights.
Yeah, because remember, as we said, Second Chance, when Fox started, it was Fox Weekend Television.
Yep. And that would be a year later. But we'll get to that. But there were 4 shows that started on Fox Saturday night. They were Down and Out in Beverly Hills, which we talked about in the Second Chance episode. Werewolf. I don't think we talked about that on the Second Chance episode. Karen's Song, which we haven't talked about at all, but we will.
Yeah, well, in 2021, Karen's Song has like a new meaning. You'd think it would be something else.
Yeah, I am thinking something, but I dare not say it because, yeah. And the 4th show on Fox Saturday was The New Adventures of Beans Baxter, a Savage Steve Holland joint.
Yeah. So what was this show about?
Well, you heard it in the theme song.
Oh yeah, it does explain the premise in the opening.
Yeah, it does. But, we'll break it down one more time because that's just what we do here. This is the story of Benjamin Baxter Jr., a typical 17-year-old with typical 17-year-old problems, living in the small town of Witches Creek, Kansas, with his mother, Susan, played by Eleanor Donahue, his father, Benjamin Sr., played by Rick Lenz, and his younger brother, Scooter, played by Scott Bremner, who you might remember as Encyclopedia Brown.
Really? He was Encyclopedia Brown on that HBO show?
Yep, he was.
Wow.
I watched the hell out of that show.
I did. I did not realize that was the kid that played Encyclopedia Brown.
Yep. And playing Benjamin Baxter Jr., by the way, his friends call him Beans, is Jonathan Ward, who is just this. He's a known. He was a known
quantity back in the day.
Yes, he was.
He was in the first season of Charles in Charge.
Yep.
Since he was in the first season of Charles in Charge, you know what that means, guys?
Somebody has bingo? I don't know.
No. Jamie Widows played his on-screen dad.
Oh, but yes.
Oh, and by the way, Jonathan Ward was one of the kids in the 1979 Broadway production of Peter Pan, starring Sandy Duncan. I learned that while looking up Peter Pan when we were talking about Cyril Richard in the Bicentennial Minute last month.
Interesting the things you find out while doing research for this show.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you guys just mentioned Encyclopedia Brown, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you know who directed 8 episodes of that? And I think that's all there were 8 episodes.
Okay, who was it?
Savage Steve Holland.
Wow!
That makes, you know what? That makes perfect sense.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, we've come full circle.
Yes, we have.
Amazing. I did not realize that was also a Savage Steve Holland joint.
Yep. Except Encyclopedia Brown was filmed in Utah, whereas Beans Baxter was filmed in British Columbia.
Hey,
they made the show for pennies on the dollar back in the day. Guys, you're forgetting. I mean, we can talk about Beauty and the Beast, Parker Lewis Can't Lose, Living Dolls, Heart of the City. We can talk about all of this stuff. But you're forgetting the one big credit. The one credit. He was also in the 1988 cult classic.
He was the older brother in Mac and Me.
Play the clip!
Eric! Like...
Can I just say, that was some of the cheapest ass special effects I think I ever saw.
Oh, all the special effects in Mac and Me were so crap.
You can tell that was a roller coaster water dummy in the wheelchair.
Oh yeah.
And you can tell that Mac was green screens onto the scene. You could tell all of this.
You could tell all this. They blew all their money on trying to get the advertising for Coke and McDonald's in this movie.
Now you have the family unit, but the dad has a secret.
What?
Now, Ben Sr., he's just a regular, normal, run-of-the-mill mailman. Or is he?
What?
Because what mailman would be transferred to Washington, D.C. and move his family there? I mean, mail carriers usually stay where they grew up or where they, where they deliver the mail.
But don't mail employees transfer sometimes?
Sometimes, but you're talking about from a small town in Kansas to Washington, D.C. That's one hell of a transfer. Ben Sr. is not exactly who he says he is.
Oh.
He is actually a courier for the network.
The network?
The network.
The network? He's working for Don Callis?
No, he's working for Fox. No, the network is described as a postal service for the secret agencies of the U.S. government, all under the watchful eye of Number One.
What?
Yes, the dog from Star Trek Picard. No. Well, you know what? We'll meet Number One momentarily.
Oh, good. Because why is he called Number One? That's embarrassing.
Use your imagination. No! Do not use your imagination. And life in Washington, D.C., is going on as it should. The family is completely unaware of Benjamin Baxter's secret double life until Beans stumbles upon his father's secret life when he witnesses him being kidnapped by a terrorist organization bent on, I don't know, national conquest. It's not in the League of Cobra, let's just say that.
No, this is not really a well-run terrorist organization.
Yes.
Oh, and by the way, this is 1987, so the terrorists are white people.
Yes.
So when the father was kidnapped, could you say that the beans were spilled about his secret?
Oh, Jesus.
I'm not wrong.
You're not wrong. You get a 4.5 out of 10, but you're not wrong.
All right.
But yes, Baxter is kidnapped by the Underground Government Liberation Intergroup, also known as Ugly.
You get it? It's called Ugly.
Headed by Mr. Sue, played by Kurtwood Smith.
Red Foreman?
Red Foreman.
Well,
it's like Kurtwood Smith was like the number one heel back in the day.
Oh, yeah, he was the bad guy in RoboCop.
Which would have come out, I think, after...
Probably around the same time.
Either before or during the run of this show.
Yeah.
And of course, we all remember his memorable line. Something about shoving so much cocaine up your butt that you'll be sneezing blow for a week or something.
What? He says this in RoboCop, Kurtwood Smith? Oh, I didn't know how dirty Red Foreman was.
Oh, he was dirty. Clarence Boddicker was his name. Now that Beans knows Daddy's little secret, he has to go into the network and rescue him. And, along the way, also run the occasional spy mission. But he does have a little bit of help. But I say a little bit of help, well, it isn't much of the way of help. They're just people who are there to be there because you're a high school student. You need people to surround yourself with. For example, you have his old girlfriend, Darla, in Witches Creek, played by Kristen Cumming. And then there are the, he's hunted down by Cake Lace, the most gorgeous girl in his high school campus. But not the way you think he's hunted down. I think Cake Lace wants to kill him.
Oh.
What are you going to do, huh?
Hmm.
It's all in the day in the life of a high school student turned spy. Anything?
No.
I got nothing.
Reaction?
No.
Okay. So, what kind of adventures does this guy go on? Let's take a look, shall we?
We got the guest star list ready.
Okay, y'all ready? Let's do this.
Let's jump into it. Yeah.
Okay. We have episodes 1 and 2, a two-parter episode, Beans' first adventure. Benjamin Baxter Jr., whose friends call him Beans, is a teenager who, after his family moves to Washington, D.C., becomes a secret agent. In the premiere episode, Beans witnesses his father's abduction. Beans fails to rescue his father, and the network's number 2 informs him that he will only be allowed to continue working for the network until his father is found and freed.
Oh, that's right, because Beans' boss, as we know from the opening, is named number 2.
Yes, number 2, played by Jerry Wasserman, who you know for such features like iRobot, Watchmen.
Oh, he was in Watchmen?
He was in Watchmen.
What did he play?
He played Detective Finon in Watchmen.
The movie or the series?
The movie.
Okay.
If we're talking about TV shows, he played Jaeger Scanlon in Smallville. And he was Detective Cobb in Future Entry Mysterious Ways. And he played multiple characters in The Outer Limits. And he was also in Cold Squad, The Sentinel, and The Crow's Stairway to Heaven.
Okay. Do you have any guest stars in the premiere?
Oh, you better believe we do.
Oh, good.
Oh, where should we start? Playing Professor Van Cleef is Mary Crosby.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Yeah, oh, Chico knows who she is.
I know. I definitely know who she is.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. Time out. Is Mary Crosby the one who shot JR?
Oh! Yes,
Could
she
be.
is.
Yes, it's Kristen Shepard.
Yes, it's Denise's sister, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait a minute. I did not realize that Tasha Yar was related to Bing Crosby.
Oh yeah, Denise Crosby's Bing Crosby's daughter.
Oh, I never realized that.
You didn't
Wow.
know this?
No, I never realized
I thought
that.
you knew this.
Oh, well, I guess this is my payback for me trying to tease you about not
Oh
knowing
my
Kirk's.
God!
I never realized that was. No, I did not realize that. Hey, a couple years ago when I found out that the woman who shot JR was Bing Crosby's daughter, that blew my mind because it was revealed to me by, of all people, Dave Meltzer on Twitter.
Oh.
Because Dave Meltzer was a big fan of Dallas back in the day.
Oh, by the way, I was wrong. Not the sister, the aunt of Denise Crosby.
Oh, she's the aunt of Denise Crosby. Okay,
Yeah.
Well, that's different.
But she's still the daughter of Bing Crosby.
Yeah.
So she probably at some point in her childhood got hit with a sack of Valencia oranges by her dad.
Because that's good parenting. Right, Bing Crosby? That's right, Peter. And if your kids give you any lip, you can beat 'em with a sack of sweet Valencia oranges. They won't leave a bruise, and they'll let 'em know who's boss. There's no doubt about it.
What? That doesn't sound right.
Are you giving me lip, boy? 'Cause I'll take this belt off and put the smack down on you. Is that what you want?
Ow!
Eh?
Hey, ow!
Take one of those,
Hey!
huh?
Hey!
Huh?
What the? Ow! Knock it off!
How about that,
Hey!
huh? Huh?
Get away from me,
Huh?
you dead
Yeah.
crooner!
Hey, it's thanks to Bing Crosby we have Game 7 of the 1960 World Series. Well, it's true. He recorded Game 7 of the 1960 World Series on a kinescope. It wasn't discovered for like 50 years.
Yep.
You're not wrong there. Absolutely.
That is correct.
Yeah. Hey, we also got another special guest in this episode.
Ooh, I know this person.
Yeah, playing Kanju in this episode, Wendy O. Williams. Not Wendy Williams, the talk show host.
No,
Wendy O. Williams,
punk
the
rocker.
musician.
Yeah.
The punk rocker. You got it.
And keep your eyes open, because Wendy O. Williams will make several appearances on this show playing Kanju, because she's like high up there in the ugly food chain.
Okay, so she's like one of the big recurring baddies.
Yes.
Okay.
Episode 3.
Yeah.
Beans meets Sean Weatherly.
Who the hell is Sean Reverly?
You don't know who Sean Weatherly is!
No.
She's just one of the hottest HOTTTTTTT people to come out of the 80s. She was in a Police Academy movie.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold
Police
up.
Academy 3, Back in Training.
Okay, that explains it. I'm more of a Police Academy 4 guy.
Everybody's a Police Academy 4 guy.
Everyone is a Police Academy 4 guy. Especially that one scene with Bubba Smith in the police car with David Spade and those other two guys.
Yumma, 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 yumma. Yumma, 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 yumma. Yumma, 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 yumma.
Hey! Don't let this voodoo mumbo jumbo scare you.
Yumma, 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 yumma. Yumma, 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 yumma. Fools to think they can kill the brother of Badula.
I never thought that.
Wolf that I could reach into the belly of a yak and rip out his heart?
That would bring him back to life?
No, man. I'm hungry.
By the way, she did star in season 1 of Baywatch.
Oh, the NBC season.
The NBC season, yes. But aside from that, she was just that hot girl from that thing. But episode 3, Darla surprises Beans with a visit at the same time he is asked to house a gorgeous Soviet agent. He's gorgeous Soviet agent. And of course, where do you hide a gorgeous Soviet defector? In your bedroom.
Wherever the heck you want. Hey, we do have another guest, and this is actually a recurring guest, but still a known quantity, a known entity, if you will. Playing an ugly agent, again, UGLI, not physically ugly. An ugly agent number 1 is Rick Overton, who is a stand-up comic who's been in the business for ages. He appeared on many episodes of An Evening at the Improv. If you remember, A&E aired that back in like the 80s and 90s.
I do remember that. Oh, but you know where I first saw Rick Overton?
Let me take a good guess. Would it be as Rufus in the Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures series?
No, before that.
Oh, before that.
Before that, yes.
Oh.
He actually played the big bad on the first episode of Encyclopedia Brown.
Oh,
there's
that's right.
another Encyclopedia Brown reference. That's 3 this
Why
episode.
isn't Encyclopedia Brown on this list?
Well, it is going to be now.
I'm putting it on the list, damn it!
Good.
And while you're doing that, a more recent reference for Rick Overton is he was on the Showtime series I'm Dying Up Here. If you remember that about stand-up comedy back in like the 70s, I believe.
Oh, yeah, I do.
A dramedy about comedy.
Yeah, well, it wasn't a halfway bad show, but it's gone.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sad.
Only lasted 10 episodes, apparently.
Okay, putting that on the list too then. Next episode, episode 4. Beans runs for president. An assignment to save the president's daughter interferes with Beans' candidacy for class president of his high school. Because he's in Washington, D.C. And the only thing worse than running for president in Washington, D.C. is running for class president in Washington, D.C. while trying to hunt down the ugly agents that snatched the president's daughter. Not many things are worse than that, but that's pretty bad. Playing the president's daughter, I want to say, is Karen Haber, who is known for My Stepmother is an Alien, Frankenstein's Great Aunt Tilly, and Monsters. And also, are you ready for this?
Oh, this is the one that I think Greg and I have been waiting for, yes.
What is it?
The voice of Annabelle on Eek the Cat.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, that wasn't what I was thinking you were going with.
And also Lucinda Meany in Encyclopedia Brown.
Oh, that's four Encyclopedia Brown references. And guess what, folks? We're not done. There's going to be more Encyclopedia Brown references.
All the Encyclopedia Brown references.
Hey, Greg.
What?
I think I have number 5 here.
Oh, we have number 5?
Yeah, because playing Mr. Thornton in this episode, this is another semi-recurring character, is Taylor Negron. And if you don't know who Taylor Negron is, educate yourself. He's one of the very talented, underrated actors of the last 30 years. Not with us any longer, sadly. But Greg.
Oh, what?
Yeah, guess what he was on two episodes of?
He was on Wings?
Nah, even better. He was on Encyclopedia Brown too.
Oh!
What?
How many? That's what?
Two episodes.
Six references now to Encyclopedia Brown.
6 references.
It's at least 5. It's at least 5. We're losing track.
We're losing track.
Right now, we have more Encyclopedia Brown references than we do actual episodes we've gone through.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
That's just crazy.
All right,
this might be a record episode.
Episode 5.
Episode 5. Beans and the Satanic Backwards Masking Conspiracy. Beans investigates whether messages on records played backwards have a part in changes in the behavior of the son of the network's number 1 or director. And of course, his son, number 1's son, is called Little One.
Oh, that is terrible.
No.
Okay. But guys, we got a couple of guest stars in this episode.
Oh, we've got more.
We have a number, not just a couple, more than a couple.
Okay,
we have plenty. We got to start with number 1 himself.
Oh obviously. Yeah, we talked about him all the way back in the college comedies of 1979. Number 1 is played by John Vernon. That's right, Dean Werner himself from Animal House.
Yep.
And Delta House, which is where he came up, yeah.
Yeah, the sequel to Animal House.
Yep. And then we have a couple of agents on either side of the law, I guess you could say. Playing Murray De La Moore. You know him. You love him. He gave us a shout-out on his Twitter back in March of 2020. The one, the only, Tim Stack.
That's right, folks. Parker Lewis's dad on Parker Lewis Can't Lose gave us a shout-out on Twitter.
Friends of the show.
We'll consider him a friend of the show, not only because he gave us a shout-out, but because he was on Parker Lewis Can't Lose. And guys, you know why Parker Lewis can't lose?
Why can't Parker Lewis lose?
There's got to be a good reason.
Because he can't lose. Parker Lewis can't lose.
What if Parker Lewis was going up against Batman?
No, he kicked Batman's ass. He would win.
Oh, hey, Greg.
What?
Timothy Stack was also on an episode of Wings.
Oh! Oh!
Okay, he's going to talk about Tony Shalhoub in 3,
Oh,
2, 1.
guys, you're gonna learn a big secret, okay? I don't think I've ever told this on this podcast before.
I don't think you might. You might have once or twice. I don't know.
Okay, you ready for the secret?
All right.
I don't think I can handle it, but go ahead.
Did you all know that I love wings?
I am shocked.
It's such a stupid joke, and I'm dying here.
And did you know that wings made Tony Shalhoub's career?
I'm surprised.
Yeah.
I'm equally surprised.
By the way, fun fact, I want to let you know that WLNY here in New York airs Monk at 8 p.m. I just found this out. You know what? I'm glad for you, WLNY. You appreciate great television that you would put Tony Shalhoub in prime time at 8 o'clock. Good for you, WLNY. Good for you.
WLNY TV.
New
York 55.
Oh, and funny enough...
How do I know that? Anyway.
Funny enough, the episode that just aired tonight was called Mr. Monk Makes the Playoffs, where Monk and Stoudemire cannot go into the biggest football game of the year until they discover who tried to blow up a fan in the parking lot. What?
Now, but perhaps bigger than Tim Stack.
Oh, this is big. This is big.
Bigger than Sean Vernon.
Oh.
Playing Dr. Snyder.
This is huge.
On this episode, D. Snyder.
Yes.
Yes.
And here's the thing, because we do our research before the show. I know it doesn't sound like it, but we do. He actually acknowledges this on his Twitter back in September.
He acknowledged he was on the New Adventures of Beans Baxter.
Yes, replying to somebody who said, "Oh snap, you were in the Beans Baxter up with D. Snyder. I loved that freaky show." Replying to Tim Stack on Twitter, D. Snyder was like, "Yes, I was."
That's great.
That's totally a D. Snyder thing he would do.
And one of the replies to that was, "I vaguely recall, I'm a doctor. Snap out of it." Oh my gosh.
Oh my.
This is how great this show was. 35 years later, the guest stars were talking about it.
Perhaps one of the most underrated shows on early Fox.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, for sure. Yes.
And we haven't even gotten a third way into it yet.
No, this could be a long episode, guys.
Perhaps.
Oh, episode 6.
By the way, playing the role of Little One was Sean Clemens, who was on another Fox show that taped in Canada, 21 Jump Street. And you know how I know 21 Jump Street was taped in Canada? Because Sean Clemens was also an Neon writer. And frankly, any kid actor in Canada who's any kid actor in Canada has been on Neon Writer.
Well, yeah, that is true.
Well, and also because since it was done in Canada, due to conversion factors, it was called 29 Jump Street up there.
Good night, everybody.
Okay, episode 6.
Episode 6. Beans' wicked and awesome adventures at college. A case of mistaken identity hampers Beans' ability to discover if a student radical is involved with Ugly. And that collegian may hold the clue, a key clue, I might say, to finding Beans' father.
Ooh, okay. But guys, playing a guest star in this episode, playing Fraternity Boy. Are you ready for this?
Bring it.
Jason Priestley.
That Jason Priestley?
That Jason Priestley, yes.
Oh.
Yeah, it would have been, what, about 3 years before 90210?
3 years before 90210, yes.
Okay.
At least he's actually credited, unlike Luke Perry as Union prisoner in Voyagers.
Oh, boy. Okay, and playing the role of sorority girl, you know her from Death Note. You know her from Zatch Bell. You know her from Inuyasha. You know her from Sherlock Holmes in the 22nd century. You know her as the first voice of Gohan on Dragon Ball Z. Saffron Henderson.
Who's that?
Famous voice actress.
Oh, okay.
Just take Chico's word for it when he talks about voice actors and actresses.
Okay.
I like voice actresses and voice actors. I like voice artists.
All right.
Especially when they're in anime, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Now we go to episode... By the way, I don't think we get closer to finding out anything about Beans' dad in that episode.
No.
That's why there's 17 episodes in the series.
All right.
Sorry.
Episode 7.
Episode 7. And the first episode to be a co-write from Savage Steve Holland instead of just straight up written. And also the first episode not to be directed by Savage Steve Holland.
Yeah.
Beans in Ski Heck. On a ski vacation, Beans accidentally uncovers a scheme to kidnap diplomats.
Okay, guys. Playing Senator Gottfried in this episode. Are you ready for this?
I might be.
Oh yes.
Pat McCormick.
Legend. Comedy legend.
So very legendary. Sadly, no longer with us.
It hasn't been with us for a long time. But if you ever watch Old Carson, he's one of the Carson comedy players. Frequently on Carson. Big celebrity. Literally and figuratively. Very tall man. And he was on Match Game Hollywood Squares for a week.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
But, guys, did you know that he was in the Shaggy DA?
What?
Yes.
You stop it right now.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
One day we'll do a live watch of the Shaggy DA, and we'll all love it.
And now we come to the first season finale. There's no place like Omsk. Beans meets with Svetlana, a defected Russian double agent who is severely homesick. Yes, Sean Weatherly is back as Svetlana, and an ugly hitman is targeting her.
Oh no.
Oh yes. And I don't know who the hitman ultimately is, but I do know that we have somebody from another series on this episode. Playing the role of Dolph is Kavi Raz, who is from Say It Elsewhere. You remember Kavi Raz from Say It Elsewhere, right?
I guess.
Yeah,
Can we just shake our heads here. Yeah.
You know, he played Dr. Vijay Kochar. He was also another that guy from That Thing, playing everything from a witness on divorce court to another doctor on True Colors to a waiter on the famous Teddy Z to Sing on Star Trek The Next Generation. Star Trek The Next Generation.
Yes.
That's supposed to get a reaction from you.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. And that's the way the season ends. But season 2 begins... Well, it begins with a two-parter. And here's the thing. Episode 9. Beans finds his dad, but... ... Uh-oh.
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 All right, let me read this description. Beans locates his kidnapped father, but Mr. Sue hampers the rescue effort.
Because of course he does.
And then part 2, do you want to hear this description?
Yeah, part 2 would air as the next episode on the next week. So technically, this is episode 10 we're talking about now.
Beans' second effort to rescue his father falls short. Uh-oh.
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 Uh-oh. Okay, do we have any guest stars on these 2 episodes?
Well, we have the return of Rick Overton as Elvis Lynx.
Oh, cool.
Well, playing Agent Ruck in this episode is Don S. Davis. He played Major Briggs on Twin Peaks.
Oh, that's right! Major Briggs on Twin Peaks! Yes! Oh, Major Briggs on Twin Peaks.
Nice.
Oh, I love Major Briggs. He was great.
Okay, and we have another known Canadian voice commodity in Blue Mancuma, who played, I think it was an agent. No, he played a colonel. He played a colonel. Of course, he was born in Seattle. He relocated to Vancouver, where he was in My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, Hound, Sabrina's Secret Life, G.I. Joe Spy Troops, and the first reboot of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, as opposed to the second reboot of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe that just dropped. Oh, and speaking of reboots, he was also in Reboot. He played the voice of Gigabyte.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, he was also on an episode of Future Entry, Nightman.
Oh, Nightman. The show from freaking Glenn Larson that had an appearance from Simon McCorkindale as Manimal.
Oh, no.
We may have to cover it just for the Manimal episode.
You may have to cover it just for the Manimal episode.
No, Mike, you gotta be on this. You loved Manimal.
Loved is a pretty strong word.
Well,
that's why he used it. Episode 11. Beans' unpleasant introduction to modern science. Hap, a robot which Beans is testing for the government, runs amok, attacking children and animals, and ruining a meeting with Darla.
Now, you see, if Todd Bridges was programming this robot, this would be nothing.
Yes.
This robot would not malfunction.
No.
It would use its radio waves to take soda and change.
You know, it wouldn't run amok. It would just, be all pranky.
And make those weird noises like...
Yep. And no one of any consequence on this episode. Oh, wait, that's wrong. I'm wrong. Rick Overton makes a third appearance.
Oh, Rick Overton's back again. Good.
Episode 12. Beans goes to camp.
Oh.
After Ugly steals a nuclear warhead, Beans goes undercover at a parasailing camp to find it. And he's caught between that stolen warhead and 2 amorous girls. Because remember, Beans is a 17-year-old who has hit his peak physically, but not chemically, I want to say. Oh, and one of the girls, are you ready for this?
Oh, I know where we're going. Okay.
Yeah, lay it on us.
Is played by Heather Langenkamp.
Oh, yeah. Heather Langenkamp.
From a little show you might remember, Just the 10 of Us.
Yeah, Just the 10 of Us. But she was in A Nightmare on Elm Street. That's what we best know her for.
Nah, I best know her from Just the 10 of Us, but that's just me.
I know, but most people know her best from Nightmare on Elm Street.
Normal people remember her from Nightmare on Elm Street. Just say normal people. That's fine.
Normies remember her from Nightmare on Elm Street, but real people know her best from Just the 10 of Us.
And then you have Lindsay, played by Tara Vessels, who I guess is the second amorous girl that has her eye on our hero here.
Cool.
Not much is known about her.
Okay. Next episode.
Sorry. Episode 13. A Nightmare on Bean Street.
Why wasn't Heather Langenkamp in this episode?
Beans and his friends are set upon by a deadly pumpkin sent by Ugly's leader, Mr. Sue, and the Pumpkin Princess. By the way, fun fact, this show aired on Halloween.
Wow. Okay, but guys, playing the role of Mrs. Jacobs is an actress by the name of Laura Waterbury, but the reason I bring her up is, you know what movie she was in the following year? Are you ready for this? Playing the role of Linda. Do you want to guess what movie she was in the following year?
The role of Linda in an 88 movie. Mac and Me. It has to be Mac and Me.
Yes, it was Mac and Me. She was in Mac and Me.
Oh no!
She was also
another
in
Mac and Me reference.
She was also in One Crazy Summer a year earlier.
Oh yeah, that does make sense because that, of course, she'd be one of the recurring people in the Savage Steve Holland. But she wasn't in Encyclopedia Brown though.
No, but Rick Overton. What? Oh look, it's Rick Overton as an ugly agent.
Oh, Rick Overton's back again. Okay.
And playing the role of the Pumpkin Princess is a lady by the name of Kitten Natividad. And I have to read this IMDb bio.
Oh no, he's gonna do it!
Wait,
no.
actually, should I read this IMDb? No.
If you don't, I'm going to.
Okay, I'm gonna read this IMDb bio.
Just read the first 6 words. That's all you need to do.
Miss Nude Universe twice in a row in 1970 and 1971 got her a topless non-speaking part in the New Centurions. Started working as a maid for fellow nude model and actress Stella Stevens, went on tour as a strip dancer for 3 years, met talent finder Russ Meyer, with whom she lived on and off for 15 years, and who apparently paid for her breast enhancements in 1979.
What?
That's all we need to say. Good night, everybody.
Miss
Nude Universe twice 50 years ago.
And she was a maid for Stella Stevens.
Well, that's fantastic. Oh, this next episode, though. Oh. You ready for this title?
I don't know if I'm ready after hearing a so-called family show with Miss Nude Universe as a villain.
Okay. Beans' home life gets ugly.
Uh-oh.
Ha ha ha.
Hoping to coerce Beans' father, Benjamin Baxter Sr., to talk, an ugly agent tries to get a photograph that will make it appear that Mrs. Baxter is having an affair with him. And guess who they get to play the person whom Mrs. Baxter's having an affair with?
Oh, no.
Are you ready for this, guys?
Oh, no.
Uh-oh. G. Gordon Liddy.
Oh, Jesus.
No.
So G. Gordon Liddy's trying to, I guess, have an affair with Eleanor Donahue. Why?
Because he's G. Gordon Liddy, damn it.
Because we're going to cover him in the not so distant future on 18 Wheels of Justice.
Oh, my God.
Oh.
I know we keep saying it, but when we do 18 Wheels of Justice, that's going to be a classic episode.
That is going to be a classic episode.
Oh, the guest.
Something.
18 Wheels of Justice. Oh, I still can't believe you introduced me to that.
Oh, boy.
Like, that was just, I died just over the concept of 18 Wheels of Justice.
Okay,
You're
fun
welcome.
fact.
Oh, hold up, guys. Hold
Fun
up.
fact. When
What?
when G. Gordon Liddy was wearing a bowling shirt in this episode, it had G. Gordon Liddy embroidered on it with a cross through his name.
Oh, jeez.
This just gets better and better and better.
That's like one step below putting a piece of like gaffer tape over it.
Okay, guys. Playing the character of Ho-Hum in this episode.
Ho hum.
Ho hum.
No.
Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
I think I can handle it.
Getty Watanabe.
Oh, sexy girlfriend!
Oh yeah, from 16 Candles, but also he was Cooney in UHF.
Oh, but yes.
I'll take the box! The box! You take the box! Let's see what's in the box! Nothing! Absolutely nothing! Stupid! You're so stupid!
We don't know what he's capable of. Oh, wait, there's more. Episode 15. Beans Under the Weather. After Beans' young brother Scott Scooter Baxter invents a weather-making machine for a science fair, Ugly schemes to use it for their own ends.
Hold up, guys! Time out! I forgot to mention one thing about G. Gordon Liddy from the last episode.
What's that?
Do you know what else he was on and a guest spot in 1990?
What?
He was on Encyclopedia Brown!
Of course!
Jeez!
Of course he was!
Oh, gosh. You're trying to kill me. Oh, my gosh.
Okay,
That's
so
great.
back to episode 15 here. We have a really big name on this show. Playing in the role of Mike Reno from Loverboy is Mike Reno from Loverboy.
Wow, what a stretch! Mike Reno from Loverboy played a character named Mike Reno from Loverboy. I'm sure this was a hard acting role for Mike Reno from Loverboy to play Mike Reno from Loverboy.
I could never play Mike Reno from Loverboy.
Oh no.
I'm not Canadian enough. I'm sorry.
I'm sure I could be with a lot of practice,
Episode 16. Beans gets his driver's license. And it isn't pretty.
Oh, and they put in parentheses, and it isn't pretty.
Yep. Written by... Now, this was a co-write for Savage Steve Holland with Bruce Wagner and Rick Overton. Oh, what the episode is about. Ugly agents Jack and Henry attempt to stop Beans from getting his driver's license.
Yeah, well, I bet that doesn't work.
No, it doesn't. So like we said, Rick Overton's back in this episode as Jack. Playing the role of Henry is David Longworth, who is known for Friday the 13th and one episode of Airwolf. Let's not kid ourselves here.
Oh, Airwolf.
Yep. But yeah, he's that guy from that thing. But Taylor Negron makes another appearance as Mr. Thornton.
Uh-oh.
Meanwhile, we have another One Crazy Summer connection with Kristen Gels as Sky and Robin Menken as the hippie dippy mom.
Oh, well.
But she wasn't in One Crazy Summer though.
Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame.
Yeah.
You know, it is a shame Tom Villard wasn't in this show. I just want to say. Wouldn't it have been great if Tom Villard appeared on this show?
Yes. But he was probably busy getting it made. With We Got It Made.
I see what you did there. Okay. All right. Last episode.
Beans in Jungle Land. Beans infiltrates the Bad Seed Gang when his brother Scooter is falsely accused of selling drugs.
What?
His little brother, who's like 4'0", selling drugs.
They're accusing the future Encyclopedia Brown of selling drugs. Yeah, okay, that's realistic.
Yeah. And playing the role of, I can't believe they named this guy Beef Wellington, but there you go. His name is Beef Wellington. Bernie Colson, who you would know for shows like Intelligence, Da Vinci's Inquest, and Huckleberry Finn and his friends. What?
What the hell is that?
I'm trying to figure that one out myself.
Let's look at Huckleberry.
Huckleberry Finn and his friends. He played the role of Sid. I have no idea who Sid is.
I don't know anybody in this show. I'm guessing this is a Canadian joint.
I'm guessing so too, because I don't know who any of these people are.
Hey guys.
Uh-huh.
Speaking of Canadian joints, playing Louise in this episode is an actress named Lawson Chambers. She's been in a lot of stuff over the years, but in her second acting role, and third for that matter, back in 1984 and 86 respectively, she was on Hanging in My Canadian Wings.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we gotta get the occasional Hanging in reference.
We gotta make a visit to the youth center, man.
Yeah, gotta look out for the kids.
For the kids.
For the kids. Because as we all know, Jimmy Graham doesn't do it for the kids.
Yep.
Jimmy Graham doesn't care about the kids. Sadly.
He doesn't care about the kids.
Doesn't care about the kids.
No. Sean Payton, he cares about the kids.
Cares about the kids.
No. Jimmy Graham wouldn't take a sliming like a man.
Nope. And we have another famous voice actor on this episode. Playing the role of Sleazel, Mark Hildreth. You would know him as, let's see, Pastor Tom Hale on Resurrection. The Astonishing X-Men, he played Cyclops.
Oh!
Yep. He played King Lotor on, I can't believe this isn't on the list, but I'm putting it on it right now, Voltron Force.
Wow.
The second attempt to reboot the Voltron franchise. And he also played Joshua on V.
Which one?
The 2009 version.
Oh, the 2009 version. Oh, that's
Is that
terrible.
on the list?
I think both versions are on the list, but
okay.
I don't want to talk about it. The 2009 version stinks. I don't want to talk about
okay.
that. I don't care I don't care that it had Monica Baccarin on it. It's terrible.
And he played Quicksilver in 2008's Wolverine and the X-Men.
Oh, cool. So, I wonder what variant of Quicksilver that is. And thanks, King, for maybe they can reboot that horrible twist from WandaVision thanks to the ending of Loki. Let's pray to God they do, because that sucked.
Well, two more I'm going to add that Mark Hildreth was in very early in his career, just after Beans Baxter.
Uh-huh.
He was a voice on Camp Candy, which I know is on the list.
Yes.
Yep.
And if this isn't on the list, I don't want to even touch this.
If it's not on the list, it should be.
It should be, but I don't want to touch this one with a forklift. He was on the Beanie and Cecil reboot as Beanie back in 1988.
I don't know what Beanie and Cecil is.
I have it on DVD.
Yeah, they tried to bring it back in 1988, and it lasted all of 13 weeks.
Yes, and also that was brought to you by, I believe, John Kay of Ren and Stimpy.
Ay, carajo!
Oh,
and,
no.
And I think that's all I need to say about that.
Yeah, he's in that list with Dan Schneider, people we don't want to talk about.
Well, the less said, the better. That's all I was going to say about him. But I was going to say the original Beanie and Cecil from back in like the 60s or 50s does not age well one bit.
Oh, no. What a surprise. John Kay being involved in something that doesn't age well.
I am shocked. This is my shocked face.
All right, let's move on. I don't want to talk about John Kay anymore.
Okay.
I don't want to talk about Beanie and Cecil. It's everything is just so wrong with that. No.
No. No. No. No. No. No. Okay, so, I'm trying to see if this is on the list, but, he was actually the voice of ZZ Ziv Zoolander on Botsmaster, which is basically, hey, it's a French/Canadian show with robots in it, fighting other robots. It's weird.
Cool.
So, this was perhaps a family show if Fox did a family show. And we were really, really into it, at least talking about it, right?
Yeah.
So, what went wrong? Like all things, we have to start with the schedule. The show was scheduled on Saturday nights at 8:30. And during the summer, that would put it up against, Doctor. It would put it up against 227.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I didn't mean to do the Susan St. James there, but yeah, that's the death knell right there. And also on a new network to boot.
On a new network to boot. But wait, it gets worse.
Why? What,
Oh, no.
Okay. Later in the fall, they moved it to 9 o'clock.
Okay, what's on at 9 o'clock?
Oh, no. The Golden Girls.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. They moved it to replace Second Chance, which by then would have pretty much been on its last legs because they pushed.
Well, remember. Well, hold on. Remember, they took Second Chance off the schedule so that they could later reboot it as Boys Will Be Boys.
That's right. That's right. But they actually pushed Second Chance to 9:30 and canceled it. And then, oh god, I'm looking at the Fox Saturday schedule from 1987. It's basically rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic.
More or less, yeah.
You have Werewolf, Beans Baxter, Second Chance, and Duet. Then Mr. President, Women in Prison, Beans Baxter, and Second Chance. Then Second Chance got canceled and was rebooted as Boys Will Be Boys. And then Women in Prison, Beans Baxter, and Mr. President. And then that spring, you have Beans Baxter would have been canceled by then. You have Family Double Dare, Boys Will Be Boys, Werewolf, and another episode of Werewolf. And this was just a placeholder for the Dirty Dozen TV series. Because that was an idea that happened in 1987.
Okay, 1989, 1990 can't get here soon enough for Cops and America's Most Wanted.
Yeah. Late 80s Fox was pretty much throwing stuff on a wall and seeing what's stuck there. And unfortunately, Beans Baxter fell victim to that.
Well, they didn't find anything that stuck until, again, 89, so 2 years later.
True. So you're probably wondering, because Jonathan Ward was a known commodity back then, is he still around?
No, I think he's retired from acting.
Yeah, he pretty much retired from acting. He actually owns a repair and restoration shop in Van Nuys.
Oh, that's nice.
That's cool.
Oh, by the way, you're not going to believe this, guys, but according to Truth by Consensus Wikipedia, do you know who was originally offered the role of Beans Baxter?
Can't wait to hear this one.
And I vaguely, I think, referred to him early in this episode, referring to the Police Academy 4 Yama 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 clip. David Spade.
You know what? I could totally see that. David Spade's just short enough. David Spade's just wry enough. When I say wry, I mean W-R-Y, wry enough.
In 1987, David Spade could realistically play a 17-year-old.
Yep. He could. He really could.
It could have worked.
You know what? It probably could have.
Well, guys, what do we have to say about the New Adventures of Beans Baxter?
Spy action for the entire family. And basically the launching point of cult favorite actor after cult favorite actor after cult favorite actor. But in 1987, it was a thing on TV.
Hey, guys.
Yeah?
Do you like to own something really stupid from the New Adventures of Beans Baxter?
Sure!
Sure, why not?
All right.
I hate money. Let's spend some.
All right, let's do it.
Hit the music.
Okay, guys, you are bidding on this press photo from the New Adventures of Beans Baxter, and it is a press photo of Eleanor Donahue with G. Gordon Liddy, and I'm going to share this picture with you. Are you ready?
Oh, God.
No. Oh, gosh.
I can't believe you found this. I can't believe this thing exists. This is a thing that exists.
Chico, do you want to describe the picture?
It is a classic lovers sharing a milkshake picture with Beans' mom and G. Gordon Liddy. And G... I can't say this with a straight face. And G. Gordon Liddy as the two lovers sharing a molten.
And look at G. Gordon Liddy's face.
And he's just like, yeah, I'm sharing a molten. I'm sharing a molten. What are you looking at? Oh, God.
Okay, let me describe the photo in the description.
Yeah, yes, please.
This is an original press photo. He's not for real, Mrs. Baxter. Real-life Watergate conspirator G. Gordon Liddy poses as a womanizing mailman wooing Mrs. Baxter, Eleanor Donahue, in order to get her husband held hostage, jealous, in the Beans Home Life Gets Ugly episode of The New Adventures of Beans Baxter. Saturday, November 7th, 9 to 9:30 p.m. New York time on Fox Broadcasting Company. Photo measures 10 by 8 inches. Photo is dated... I don't know if this is December 4th, 1980. I'm guessing this is dated April 12th, 1987, and they're doing the weird, stupid UK date thing because, as we all know, the last episode of Beans Baxter would have been, if I'm looking correctly, November 28th.
Yeah.
Would make no sense if it was dated December 4th, 1 week after the show aired its last episode. Okay, so I'm going to start the bidding with you, Mike.
Okay, first I'd like to apologize to our European listeners who do the date, month, year format. What Greg said was not the opinion of everybody participating in this episode. Okay, now that I've got that out of the way, I have two numbers in mind. It's either this or this. Should I tell you what the numbers are, or should I just give you my bid?
Give you your bid. Give the bid.
You don't want to hear my numbers. Okay. I'm going to say $24.95.
Chico.
Oh, God. I am going to go $15.
Oh, and by the way, I'm looking at the picture on the back. It was dated December 4th, 1987. Okay. Thank you for telling me that, Fox. Okay. All right. Here's the price. You ready?
I'm ready.
$19.99.
Really?
Oh,
that's it?
I was 5 too high and he was 5 too low.
For $20, you could own this picture of G. Gordon Liddy and Eleanor Donahue sharing a milkshake.
Now, you know, when I said I had two extremes, I had $25 or $500. Because who wouldn't pay $500 for that?
We could put that in the museum.
Oh, I put that in the museum immediately. What we could do is we could put it in the left hand of the McLean Stevenson statue. Yeah, or actually what we could do is with the McLean Stevenson statue, we could have a wall in the background, and the wall could just be all of the 8x10s that have enamored us over the last almost 2 years.
Oh, well, you know what? Eleanor Donahue, she's become like almost a regular on this podcast the last couple of months.
She has, yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? We are going to talk about her at least one more time on this podcast. Because when we eventually...
Oh, her best role ever. I'm just saying.
Oh, Get a Life.
Get a Life, yes.
Oh, yes.
That'll be great.
Oh,
that will be an epic episode.
We may have to block out 2 episodes for this.
You know what? It's so great. Hey, Handsome Boy Modeling Agency might take a half hour to talk about. There's so many things to talk about in that episode.
But enough about Get a Life for now.
Yeah. Well, you know what, guys? You could always go to our website, itwasathingontv.com, where you can listen to the 184 episodes that preceded this episode.
Yep. And also visit us on social media. And of course, visit our friends over at Place to Be Nation, where they're dropping episodes 3 and 4 of our Olympic tribute.
And 5.
And 5. We're
Five
gonna finish up the Olympic tribute on the Place to Be Nation.
Yeah, if you go there right now, you can listen to Man vs. Beast, Man vs. Bear, and Dan and Dave. And I gotta say, guys, Man vs. Beast, what a great episode that was. But you know what I gotta say about Man vs. Beast? They totally made up that crap as it went along. They changed the rules all over the place. Remember how they freaking did the whole it's a best of 3 with Brian Clay in the lab, and it's like, no, it's the best jump of all the 3 jumps. We're like, what? And then there was that whole thing with the guy climbing the tree and the chimp.
Uh-huh.
And it was like they changed the rules of it as it was going on. Like, what the hell?
Didn't make any sense.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
But we also got to see the chimp in all this nakedness.
Ew.
Get that chimp a diaper.
You know what I have to say about that episode? Somebody get me a banana.
Somebody get me a banana.
Somebody get me a banana.
That's right, Larry. Somebody get him a banana.
I think that monkey without the diaper had a banana.
Hey,
Good
guys.
night,
Hey, guys. I haven't even had a chance to talk about this yet. But speaking of Place to Be Nation Pop, at this point, everyone knows about it, okay? Because it's been out for like a month. I won Place to Be Nation trivia.
Yay!
Greg!
It was
speech!
It was a hard-fought battle. I'd like to thank my opponents. I gotta say, facing against Ryan, who was an unbeatable machine. It was a tough competition, but I'm glad I won. I did not even need to do the final round because I was so ahead in the final round. So I just basically just did my best Peter Griffin impression in the final round and just answered some questions with chair.
See, no,
and
only
also,
you do that.
And also in tribute to Jenny, Debbie Does Dallas.
Chair.
Okay. But yeah, I'm supposed to be sometime in August. I'm supposed to be meeting John D'Amato because he has the belt. So sometime in August, I will do a rendezvous with him somewhere out here in Suffolk County, and I will get that belt. And I will.
You're gonna get the belt. Are you gonna wear it while you're recording?
Oh, I'll wear it while I'm recording, and I'll be like, hey, Elegante did not get the belt from Ric Flair. But unlike him, I got the belt. I'm going to get the belt.
Oh, I was hoping you'd say something about, give me the belt.
I want the belt.
I want the belt.
He wants the belt. But hey.
Well, Greg's got the belt.
I'm going to get the belt.
So next week, we're going to give you 3 episodes. If you remember about a month or so ago, we only gave you 1 episode 1 week due to circumstances. So we're going to give you the episode we were going to do that week, plus 2 other episodes.
3 really good episodes we have lined up. 3 really good episodes.
3 very diverse episodes. Let's say that. They're not all in a similar subject matter.
No. We like to switch things up here on the broadcast. But speaking of broadcast, don't forget to visit us on YouTube. Like, subscribe, share our content. And when you do subscribe, don't forget to ring my bell so you can stay up to date on future topics. Really means a lot. We put a lot of work and a lot of heart into it, and we're trying to beat this algorithm, damn it.
Yeah, we want to get, we're up to, I think 80 subscribers on YouTube. Listen, Mike, Chico, I know you like to have 69 followers on Twitter, but you know what? Screw that. I want to get to triple digits, baby.
You want the breadstick money?
I want the F money. I want to get to 100. And before you ask, you might be saying, well, wait a minute, Greg. Don't you hate Twitter? And the answer is, yes, I do hate Twitter. But you know what? In 2 years of doing this, almost 2 years of doing this podcast, I want to make sure that we have a decent-sized audience for our social media, damn it.
Yeah. And I'll tell you right now, we put some really good stuff on our social media. So
yes, we do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I remember the other day I found the picture of Lou Albano as Mario meeting Roddy Piper. I said it. The Piper met the Piper.
Yeah, that was from our vantage point, the Retro Wrestling Podcast. Thanks, Joe. Thanks for Joe for bringing that up so we could talk about that. Great. Oh, well, who could forget when friggin' Captain Lou and Roddy with the bagpipes? I still can't forget about that. That was still great. Okay.
Oh.
Well, next week, okay. Do you want me to describe the episodes we got next week?
Well, we'll just say there is one game show, one collection of commercials, and an event that spanned all of pop culture and shaped a decade to come.
That's right. Hey, Village people, I know you said you were getting ready for the 80s. I got bad news for you. To quote Wade Barrett, I got some bad news.
Uh-oh.
But you'll find out about more of that in our next 3 editions of It Was a Thing on TV. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week. Wow!
Now, spend a moment with the stars of Second Chance.
I'm Keel Martin. And I'm Matthew L. Perry. I play Charles Russell. Wait a minute, I play Charles Russell. I know. I'm you, 24 years from now. Well, if you're me, then who am I? If you want this sorted out, just watch Second Chance later tonight on Fox Weekend Television. First, I'm going to watch Werewolf and Beans Baxter. Great. I'll watch with you.